Sorry for the technical difficulties there, folks. We had a issue with the YouTube key here, so we got everything going. We're all live now. It's scoreless after a half an inning here at Hastings Stadium. We'll fix it in post, as they say. We'll get the Nationals put back together properly as we go to the bottom of the first inning here. And scoreless.
Van Putten's first offering to Sam Brown. Curveball low for ball one. Griffins showing out in numbers here.
That they are. Brown swings and misses that offering, evens the count at 1-1. My name is Neil Srivastava, and with me is Crawford Passy today. Nice enough to jump in on the 30th anniversary of the first national championship right here at Hastings Stadium.
This ball's going to be diving catch made at third base.
Brown retired by the grab by Eric Blaumauer.
What a grab by Blaumauer.
One away now. Pop open the door. That one's in there for a strike on Sawyer Whitaker, the catcher who's batting the second spot. Arthur Kawar is batting third. Andrew Johnson is fourth. Lucas Hassey is fifth. Noah Chang sixth. Marco DeGama is batting seventh. Tom Cullen is eighth. And Jalen Wood is ninth in center field. As Sawyer Whitaker grounds out 4-3 here, and there's two away in the first home half of the first inning.
I'll bring up Kawara. Trusty bat for the Griffins here. Very experienced. He's a senior on this squad.
Yep. His big story is anytime he can actually get the ball in his wheelhouse, he can definitely hit it a mile.
27 hits in 30 plate appearances. Or sorry. Forgive me. 7 hits in 27 plate appearances for the Griffins.
For strike one.
That ball's going to be fanned on.
And Cora behind the count, 0-2.
Van Putten settling into a groove here early.
That he is. Keys for the Griffin is going to get to him in there early. If he gets settled in, it could be a long afternoon for both teams, actually.
His second appearance of the tournament, he was the starter in the first game.
Yeah, he went 6 2/3 in that first game. Almost got out of the, almost went the whole game, but unfortunately gave up hit by pitch. Actually, was Takori hit actually in the 7th inning.
Or fouls that off to stay alive.
In a very low-scoring game, 2-1 was the final score in that contest.
Guelph's offense not showing up too much this tournament. A very low-scoring game so far.
That they have been.
Quara fouls off yet another. Staying alive, having a long AB.
Again, apologies for off the technical issues off the top here. We'll fix it when we post the final video as well. Just unfortunately had some issues with the YouTube stream key this afternoon. You didn't miss much. Just a base runner. That was it. Cora hits this one up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. It's going to get through for a base hit. Griffins have got a base runner here in the first inning. And Andrew Johnston coming to the plate.
Van Putten kicks and deals.
First
Called
pitch.
strike one.
Yeah, in there for a strike. Johnson saw it was a little low, but takes the call anyways, and we'll go back to work here with an 0-1 count against him.
That one's going to miss just inside.
Yep. Van Putten, of course, played on the junior national team a couple years ago and then went out east as an import, playing in the senior men's league out in New Brunswick.
I believe he was with the Fredericton ball club out there.
Yeah. I know a lot of the inter-county teams were eyeing him all weekend here, so I'm sure he got a few business cards in his back pocket at some point today, over the weekend. That one misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-1 on Johnston. Lucas Hasse waiting on deck for the Griffins, followed by Noah Chang. Should the inning continue, he's in the hole.
Chang, the hero yesterday with a sac fly to drive in the winning run in the game that sent the Griffins to the final.
Yeah, much different ball game here at Hastings Stadium than it was over at Jack Couch, that's for sure, as Johnston draws a 2-out walk. Runners now at second and first with 2 away.
Van Putten's going to get a visit from his catcher now after 4 straight balls.
Maybe just making sure he sees the signs, too, because sometimes, especially at this time of day where the sun is here at Hastings Stadium, it's hard to see fingers or anything else behind the plate here, too. So just making sure they're on the same page and his arm's okay. 2.5 days rest is not easy for anybody. But the way they're probably all looking at it is, hey, you don't have to pitch again until probably March. And that one misses low for a ball again on Hasse.
Van Putten not pleased with that call. Appealing to the umpire to no avail.
16 pitches so far for Van Putten. Have to see how far he goes into this contest. Of course, yesterday Novak went the complete game after being used on Thursday and Friday to finish up ball games. So I'm sure his arm is not feeling the greatest either.
Novak, exceptional job yesterday.
Yep.
Only 1 run allowed, and that was in the first. After the first, it looked like it was going to be a tight contest, and Carlton opened it up with massive scoring off of the Acadia starter.
This one's grounded at the second baseman. He'll take the baseball. He'll have to go to first with it. Hasse is retired 4-3. Griffins stand a pair of base runners. We're scoreless one here after 1 at the National Championships in Guelph.
Introducing Intangible, the only test designed to help coaches and organizations identify which players will excel when it matters most, before those crucial moments arrive. Developed by world-renowned psychologists, Intangible is grounded in a deep understanding of what it takes to thrive when the pressure is on. This isn't just another skills assessment. It's a 15-minute, multiple-choice, and short essay test that challenges players to think on their feet, making quick decisions in high-stress, high-stakes scenarios. From moments of confusion to bursts of intensity, Intangible puts players' mental toughness to the test. It's your window into the psychology of your team, giving you the insights you need to make the right call at the right time. Understand your players like never before. Gain the competitive edge with Intangible, where clutch performance begins long before the game does. Intangible, the future of mental game preparation.
Fast, go ahead.
Pat Mulligan was our leadoff man. Ryan Mallig came up second. Owen Constantino and Eric Blamauer. That'll bring up Dylan Murpaugh, I believe. Following Murpah, you've got Thomas Fournier, Eric Delfady, Colby Schroeder, Andy Shadeo. On the bump is Van Putten. Murpah grounds that one over to the second base side. Ball thrown out of play. Murpah finds himself on second base.
Runner at second with one away. It's top of the second inning we are in here now. That one's in there for a strike. And the count is 0-1 on Fournier. Murpah reaches on the E4, goes to second base on the overthrow. This one's popped foul. Thomas Fournier battles here with an 0-2 count now.
Fournier didn't get into the game until late yesterday. Pinch hitter. We're going to get some more swings in this contest.
Eric Delfady on deck. You mentioned off the top, a lot of Erics in this lineup.
Popular name, I guess, in the Ottawa region.
I guess so.
Fouled off yet again. Fournier staying alive. Got to work himself out of this 0-2 hole here. That first run of the ball game, ever important. Fournier got to stay aggressive while still staying protective here with the runner on 2.
That one misses for a ball. The count now 1-2 on Fournier. Nobody away here in the top of the second inning and a scoreless tie in the University National Championship contest between Carleton and Guelph. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. If you haven't hit the subscribe buttons, please consider doing so. And if you do us a huge favor, share it out to your friends too. Get everybody watching this baseball game. This one's chopped at third. Brown's going to have to hustle to throw across the diamond. Will not be in time.
Fournier legs that one out. Tough play for Brown to make there, charging in on a slow chopper. This grass really cut down any momentum that ball had.
It did, and just a high hop. He had to play it around pretty much in the air if he was going to make a play on it. Eric Delfady now with batter with runners at first and third now. Still nobody away.
Big scoring opportunity available now for Carleton. Fournier going to stay pretty conservative here with the lefty Cooper. That ball's going to hit him.
It's going to make contact. It's going to load the bases up, and Cooper's got himself in a jam here in the second inning.
Still no down here.
Murpah at third, Fournier now at second, Delfady at first. And Colby Schroeder coming into the plate.
Shadeo on deck now. Looking to turn over the lineup for Mulligan. Schroeder's got to do a job here first. Guelph going to bring the corners in. Looking to cut down this run at the plate.
This one's popped in the air, but foul. Go out of play.
No runners being held here. Murpah's going to be able to take an aggressive lead at third. Get a little bit of a head start.
Brown up with the throws home to the plate. And that's all they'll get. They'll get the force out. Schroeder goes to first on the fielder's choice. 5-2 goes to put out. Marapaugh retired for the first out of the inning.
And that's just good defensive alignment there from the Griffins.
Thomas Fournier goes to third. Delfatti to second. And Schroeder's now at first. Base is still loaded. Griffin's still in a tight jam here. Would love another ground ball, hopefully for a double play. Is Andy Shadeo now the batter. The 9-hitter.
Time going to be called.
Grounded up the middle. A diving stop. They're not going to get anybody else, but they're going to get out the first. And there's 2 away, but Carlton scores a run here and leads this one 1-0.
What a grab to make that play at first base.
Shadeo retired 4-3 on the putout. Give him the RBI.
Carlton still knocking at the gates here, second and third with 2 down.
That they are.
Pat Mulligan, the leadoff man, back up again.
Delfatti now at third. Corby Schroeder at second. First base is open, and Pat Mulligan, the always dangerous one, hits one in the right field, but it's going to go foul and out of play for strike 1.
Despite grounding out, Shadeo still, having a productive out. Cashing the first run of this ball game.
That one just misses outside. From here, it looked like he was trying to pull that one across the plate, but actually he's standing outside almost in the outer batter box. So he was pulling in, trying to bring it towards the plate. It's a good job by the plate umpire not to call that one. That one swung on and missed. Count now 1-2 on Mulligan. Ryan Maligue on deck, followed by Constantino in the hole should the inning go that far.
Kicks and he deals. Called, ball outside. 2-2 the count here on Mulligan.
Cooper toes the rubber, digs a little bigger hole out there. Looks in for the sign from his catcher, Sawyer Whitaker.
2's the cross aboard. Big count here for Cooper.
Gets a swing and a miss. Mulligan goes down on strikes, and the inning's over. Carlton do strike for 1 here and lead this one 1-0 as we hit the home half of the second inning here at the University National Championships in Guelph, Ontario. You want to interview? Noah Chang lays down a bunt here to start the inning. And he'll be not in time, out at first. 5-3 goes your put out. One away here. Griffins trailing the Carleton Ravens 1-0 now.
Cooper worked himself out of a big jam there, limiting the damage with bases loaded and no out.
Yeah.
Doing a phenomenal job to only give up the one. That pitch from Van Putten's going to be low for ball one.
Marco DeGama. DeGama with the huge throw in the top of the 7th inning yesterday's game. Actually, that was the top of the 8th inning to throw the runner out of the home. It's a comebacker right at Van Putten. He's going to step and throw to first in time to get DeGama. 1-3 goes your put out. 2 away here for the Griffins in the home half of the 2nd inning. Tom Cullen now the batter.
Van Putten working efficiently after a little bit of a longer 1st inning, having a tough time finding the zone. Cullen will take his place in the box, and here's the pitch from Van Putten. Called strike one.
One's at the shortstop, grounded cleanly, fielded cleanly, thrown to first in time. Griffins go 3 up, 3 down here in the home half of the 2nd inning. The Ravens leading this one 1-0. They're coming to bat in the top of the 3rd when we come back.
And welcome back. Ryan Malik stepping in for his 2nd at bat of the day. Hit by a pitch in the 1st. Carleton Ravens up 1-0 here. This ball's going to be skied out to center field. Tracked down easily for now, out number 1.
Malik retired on the F8. Owen Constantino will be the batter now. He's 0 for 1 in the contest as well. It's an absolute beautiful weekend. You couldn't ask for better weather for this time, this late in October. No snow, no rain, nothing else. We just had a great time.
It feels like it's only gotten warmer as the weekend's progressed, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Thursday was a little chilly.
Those night games, my goodness, about the 3rd or 4th inning, you can just feel it in your body. It's like, yeah, okay, this is almost winter. It's Cooper's first offering to Constantino's in there for a strike. His 2nd one is swung on and missed. And quickly 0-2 is the count here. 1 away, top of the 3rd inning. Carleton Ravens leading the Guelph Griffins 1-0 here at the National Championship Final. Constantino hits this off the end of the bat. Passy is there. He'll make the catch, and there's two away here in the inning. F7 goes to put out on Constantino. Eric Blaumauer, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, will be the batter. He's 0 for 1. First offering from Cooper misses low for ball 1. Griffins hoping the script stays the same. Carlton struck first in game 1 here on Thursday. Griffins rallied back later stages to take this ball game 2-1. That one misses outside from Cooper. Count now 2-0. Ben Norris will join us between the innings of the 5th inning here to have a little chat about the tournament and a little thanks to the sponsors and everybody else as well. It's great to see the national tournament back. I watched the first one in '94 just from the right field line with some friends and everything else, and I was involved heavily in the organization of the 2001. So that one's grounded out. 4-3 goes to put out. Blaumauer is retired, as are the Ravens. 3 up, 3 down. They go here in the 3rd inning. We'll be back with the Griffins coming to bat, trailing 1-0 when we come back here at Hastings Stadium. And bring us back up. Bottom of the 3rd inning here at Hastings Stadium. The Carleton Ravens looking to hold off the Griffins here in the home half of the 3rd as Jalen Wood comes to plate. 9-1-2 due up in the Griffins order. Wood hits the first offering from Van Putten down the line. And it's going to be caught by the first baseman with a huge out-of-play area here at Hastings Stadium for the first out. F3 goes to put out on Wood, and that'll bring up Sam Brown for the Griffins.
Slam Brown, affectionately they call him.
Well, he has hit 3 grand slams in his career here, so yes.
I believe 2 of them coming in the OUA playoffs. And
yeah, I've had some quite some 22. Yeah, I had quite some highlight calls from Mr. Brown. He kind of owes me one here. Actually, he doesn't really owe me anything, but still. It's been a lot of fun watching him, his OUA career, that's for sure.
And that was as a rookie as well, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it was. Brown take a big hack on that one from Van Putten, and quickly behind the count, 0-2 here. Sawyer Whitaker on deck, Arthur Kawara waiting in the hole for the Griffins if Brown can reach base here.
Here's a pitch from Van Putten. Brown holds off on the swing, did not go around. That's going to be ball 1, 2-1 count now. Sorry, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Brown hit a liner at the third baseman his first time up.
Blaumauer made a fantastic grab.
That he did. Brown watches that one go into the glove all the way. Count 2-2.
Van Putten deals. 3 straight balls now from Van Putten, falling behind in the count. 3-2.
Well, I'm sure he knows all about Brown and what he's capable of doing, so it's kind of like he's trying to force him to go chase something out of the zone here in this situation, hoping he'll get himself out. That one misses for a ball, and Brown's aboard with one away.
After getting 2 quick outs, you can understand why Van Putten may not want to give anything up to Brown.
Yep. Going to bring up Sawyer Whitaker now, the catcher. Grounded out 4-3 in the first inning. Whitaker hits the first offering on the hit and run pitch. Foul. They're still filling in the stands here. Great to see. This place is, I would say, there's probably about 600 to 800 people here in attendance today.
Fantastic crowd, in not only in the stands, but down the lines at Hastings Stadium. Plenty of picnic tables.
Yep. People bringing lawn chairs, which is great to see. No couches today, but that's okay. Don't expect people to bring couches to a national championship game. That doesn't happen for Royals games, though. A couple former pros, actually. Jamie Pogue and Sean Pearson. Pearson was with the Blue Jays. Pogue was with the Cardinals organization as a player. Now he's their catching coach, actually, with the St. Louis Cardinals. He's been there for, I want to say, 6-7 years now. Great guy. Dear friend of us for many years. We grew up and went to high school with him. He's down in St. Louis. Sean Pearson's now, I think, the vice president of Danby Corporation now, too. So those guys have done well.
Van Putten very wary of Brown over at first following the hit and run attempt.
Whitaker swings and misses that offering. Count now 1-2.
Not a traditional pickoff move from Van Putten. He steps back and fires almost under his body.
Yep. Just trying to keep Brown close. Throws over again. Brown back safely yet again.
That makes 3 moves now in this one at bat. The OUA not partaking in the same disengagement rules.
Yeah. I'm so used to calling those with the intercounty and even other leagues, and it's like, oh, yeah, they don't have it down here. And the international tiebreaker yesterday threw me completely off because, like, oh, yeah, they use it in the playoffs here. But to each their own, and it makes sense. They just want to keep things moving along, especially in a tournament-style game.
One and 2 here, still on Whitaker. Whitaker will ask for time. Your blocks, the bench screams towards him.
Yep. Van Putten, 1-2 offering. It's popped in the air down the left field line, but it's going to go foul and out of play.
Brown breaking for 2 yet again on that pitch.
Griffins just trying to get the wheels in motion here, force the defense maybe positioning out of position here. Get a couple extra feet on something. 1-2 still the count here on Whitaker. Throw over, Brown back safely yet again. And thanks to the umpires for their calls all the weekend and just giving up a lot of their time to be part of this tournament as well. 4-man crew today. Great to have all the eyeballs on the plays as much as possible here. Whitaker hits this one again down the right field line this time. It's going to go foul yet again. And we're still at 1-2 as the leaves continue to fall off the trees down the line here. Almost 110-year-old maples down the line, so don't want to lose those.
Whitaker having a fantastic Team AB here. Really trying to extend Van Putten. Here's the pitch. Grounded over to the second base side. A diving effort is not going to be enough. This ball gets through, and Sam Brown's heading to third. Throw over, not in time. Whitaker takes off to second, is safe.
Great read by the Griffins on the defense here. Brown at third, Whitaker at second. Only one away, and Arthur Kawar coming to the plate. Give Whitaker the single. Brown goes first to third. And Whitaker takes up the thing, advances to second on the throw. as they tried to go after Brown at third. And Kawara now the batter. He was singled in the first inning, got stranded at second base. Kawara followed by Johnston in this inning as the Griffins are in the heart of their order. Looking to get at least tie this ball game up. Infield in now. Trying to cut this down. Kawara swings and misses at that first offering from Van Putten for strike one.
Yeah, Carlton doesn't really feel that they can give anything up here, even early in this ball game.
Well, you saw it Thursday. It was just like, it was such a tight ball game going into the later stages. They were up 1-0 for the longest time. The Guelph tied it up.
And these two teams are very familiar with one another.
Yep. That one misses in the dirt, evens the count 1-1. They played at neutral site. They played in Belleville this year, actually, because it was halfway points for both teams. Griffins went up there on a Saturday afternoon, swept the doubleheader. And they met again Thursday, and Guelph won that game 2-1. Kawara swings and misses on that off-speed pitch from Van Putten.
Kawara, a big fastball hitter. Van Putten surely giving a straight diet of off-speed.
It's 1-2 offering. Is lined at the shortstop. Great diving stop. Not going to get to it. It's going to get through. One run's coming home. Sawyer's coming home. Griffins lead this one 2-1. A one-out single by Arthur Kawara gives the Griffins the lead here in the third inning. It's 2-1.
Kawara doing a great job after expecting that he's going to be getting off speed. Looks to be a slider from Van Putten that he just gets over the diving glove of Mulligan.
Mulligan almost had that one, but it just unfortunately took a weird bounce here. A typical Hastings hop, as we call it affectionately here. But yeah, Mulligan not aware of that, what happens here. So the poor guy went diving, and it went up and over him.
Kawara coming up in a big spot.
Andrew Johnson swings and misses at that offering, and you'll probably see the same sort of pitch selection as Kawara did. Steady diet of off-speed pitches, because the word is out in these Griffins, the big hitters love fastballs. Johnston tries to check his swing and did not go around, count 1-1.
Great job to lay off there from Johnston. That was a tough pitch. Just catching the edge of the plate, it looks like.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the umpires' names today. Unfortunately, our apologies, we don't have the names. But again, thanks to the gentlemen for doing their service this weekend. Do appreciate it. Can't do a baseball game without umpires.
Kawara caught sleeping.
He got nailed there easily. Johnson now has a 1-2 count, and there's two away now. Caught stealing is Kawara. Griffins have ran into that situation a lot this year. They've got themselves out of innings because of poor base running.
And Van Putten doing a great job. We've seen his move now. That was the fourth time this inning.
Yep. Now misses upstairs to Johnston, and the count's 2-2.
Here's the pitch from Van Putten.
This one's lined at the second baseman. He recovers in time, throws to first, and the inning's over. Griffins strike for two, lead this one 2-1 as we head to the top of the fourth inning here at Hastings Stadium when we come back after the break. fix it afterwards.
And welcome back. It's top of the fourth here at Hastings Stadium. Dylan Murpaugh going to ground that ball over to first base. Or third base. It's fair. Going to bounce off the bag, it seems. Take a funny hop, and Murpaugh will stroll into second.
Griffins were spending too much time arguing about it rather than chasing the baseball here in the fourth to start the fourth inning. He lost a wide shot somewhere. It's all messed up now. We were playing with the cameras. We'd hang half innings here. Now we probably it's a little bit of debacle here. Let's fix that here. One's going to go this one, and this one's going to go there. There we go. I think we're okay now. Nobody away here as the Carleton Ravens looking to strike back. Murpaugh gets a double on that interesting hit down the line. Now they're looking to bunt here with Fournier.
Fournier legged out a infield hit earlier on a chopper to Sam Brown. He's got the wheels to leg out a bunt single here. We'll see if he's looking for a sacrifice or if he wants to try and get himself on base as well.
That one hits Fournier, and he's out.
Foul ball called. That ball went off of Fournier's chest.
I don't think the plate umpire saw it, unfortunately, though, from his vantage point, but we had a better view of it.
Fournier getting lucky there.
That he is.
Another life now.
Cooper tries to get himself reset here with a 1-1 count. Bunts that one.
Yet another called foul ball. Fournier unable to lay it down on 2 attempts.
Now have to swing for it.
One ball, 2 strikes. Fournier gonna have to swing away. Runner in scoring position.
Cooper digs in here again. Looks like OBS decided to have a hiccup here too, so it happens. Could be possible the city's doing their network maintenance on a Sunday, which wouldn't be surprising.
Cooper with a big pitch coming up now. Kicks and deals. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout from Cooper.
One away now from Cooper. And Eric Delfatti due up, followed by Colby Schroeder in the inning. Delfatti got hit by a pitch his last time up. Schroeder grounded into a fielder's choice. So if you're Ryan Cooper, you want to get a couple of outs here and get yourself out of this jam. The baseball gods giveth, the baseball gods taketh away so far for the Griffins in this contest. Cooper looks to runner back. His offering to Delfatti is in there for a called strike 1.
Whitaker taking a high stance. They don't want Murpaugh going anywhere. Called ball high. 1-1 the count now. Cooper looks in. Still looking. Gets his sign and comes set.
That one's fouled away by Delfatti. Count now 1 and 2 here. If you're the Griffins, you'd love a ground ball out or a strikeout here in this situation. Let Cooper just relax, take a big breath, and go after that third out. Well, let's not put the cart before the horse. He's got a big pitch he's got to make here first. His 1-2 offering on its way momentarily. Reached out and gloved, but grabbed, foul anyways. Got the bat on it to stay alive. Again, thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. My name is Neil Srivastava. Crawford Passy was nice enough to make the trek over from Waterloo to join us this afternoon, so it's nice to have somebody else in the box to talk to.
And a pleasure to be here on a beautiful October day.
I'm going to miss this next week. You have to find something new to do. Brown, this one's grounded at Brown. He's up with it. He'll throw to first in time.
That'll move the runner over to third. A productive out nonetheless.
So Fatty does the job. 5-3 goes the put out. Tie run now at third base for Colby Schroeder, who grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up.
You never really know how much you miss the game until you don't get to be around it anymore, and that's what winter brings in
Yep.
Canada.
I wind up calling MLB these show games on my Twitch channel or something because it's just like, I got to stay busy, but it's just at the same time, it's just like, I'm not good enough at NHL to play it. Like, I'll play it off stream against some friends or something, and I'll get my butt whipped. Just like, I can't do the sticks. I'm old. I'll be 50 next year, so I can't do the sticks. I still play with the classic controllers, so, you can't do the spinoramas or any of that silly stuff.
That offering from Cooper is going to be up and away for a ball.
I play Fortnite. I'm not great at it. I play Call of Duty just to go around and throw knives at people because it's fun. But I don't play it for long.
Missing up yet again. 2-0 the count now. Schroeder looking to pass the baton to Shadeo.
Yep. Shadeo brought in the run for the Ravens in the second inning. That one's in there for a called strike. 2-1 down the count. Cooper found the zone. That one low. Chris, the temperature here, we're just going to pop up the weather app actually for you guys and gals. We got all the bells and whistles up here today. 19 degrees Celsius. The pressure is decent. Winds out of, I guess it's going out to left field. Not that high though, because you can see the flags are kind of breezing out there, but not too much.
3-1 here the count. Schroeder staying patient. Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen.
We're on the count to full now. Cooper would love to get Schroeder here and get his team back on the sticks. An absolutely great crowd. This one's hit down the line, but it's going to go foul and out of play into the pile of leaves down the line here. It's an absolutely picturesque place to play some baseball in the fall. The trees have definitely changed a lot of color in the last 2 days. The one in left center field was completely green 2 days ago, I swear. This one's hit again, but foul again by Schroeder. He stays alive at 3-2.
A lot of great at-bats being taken by both teams, seeing a lot of pitches from these starters who have already pitched once this weekend. This late in the season, too, seeing a lot of guys testing their stamina.
Right there. Well, they probably all looked at it. They got this morning and said, yeah, I'm going to throw my arm off here today. I don't have to pitch again until March. Comebacker up the mound. Cooper can't get that. It's going to tie the ball game. Colby Schroeder comes in with a 2-out single. We're tied at 2 here in the whole half, the top of the fourth inning.
Just a great piece of hitting.
Cooper almost got the glove on it, but unfortunately couldn't get to it. And then Andy Shadeo will be the batter. 2 away here in the fourth. Ravens looking to extend this inning and try to retake the lead now. Now they tied the ball game.
Aggressive lead at first here from Schroeder.
Whitaker's not even crouched in at all. He's waiting to throw this ball. This one's grounded at Colin. He's up with it. He'll throw to first in time. 4-3 goes put out. Inning over, but damage done. The Ravens have struck back to tie us to 2. Griffins coming to bat in the home half of the fourth inning when we come back here at Hastings Stadium. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2-2 is your score here in the Canadian National Championships for University Baseball. Lucas Hassey now the batter.
Expecting a bunt as the third baseman charges in.
Hassey tried to pull it back, but it was still a call strike as Van Putten's offering was in the zone. Hassey is 0 for 1. He grounded out 4-3 his first time up. This one is fouled away.
Quick 2 strikes on Hassey.
Ben Norris is going to join us in the next inning, probably just after the mid part of the 5th inning. Talk about the tournament. He was one of the big organizers in bringing back the Canadian National Championship since it's been away since 2019. Hassey hits this one to left field, pretty deep. Left fielder still backpedaling. He's going to race into the corner. He'll make the catch. Hassey retired on the F7. The ball just hung up there a little too long, or Hassey would have had himself an extra bases. Noah Chang now the shortstop. 5-3 was his first put out, his first time up. Of course, the hero yesterday with the sacrifice fly. I don't think he'd be buying anything in the cafeteria anytime soon. If I see him on campus, I'm definitely going to buy him. It's the one perk I have with my job. I know people. Hey, just put it on my tab.
Van Putten going to get a visit from his catcher now.
Yeah, it might just be signs again, because again, maybe they're changing things up. Maybe they figured the Griffins figured something out, or Van Putten may not just be able to see, like I said, because where the sun is right now in this field, it is hard to see behind home plate.
Yeah, thankfully, it's not like evening games at Jack Couch Park, in which the sun can be brutal, and the sun in Brantford also.
The 8 o'clock start becomes at 8:25 because the sun's still setting in center field. As Chang hits this one right in the right fielder is there. He's going to make the catch.
That's 2 down now.
2 away now.
Yeah, that sun in Brantford really is brutal. I've had many nights driving home, not getting home until after 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Got 3-hour games.
Then you're playing. Then you're usually playing the Saturday afternoon too.
Absolutely, and no amount of pace of play can.
Nope, nothing
can
can
help
save
there.
that. But you know, to Brantford's credit, actually, you guys were among the lowest as far as the time of games.
Were we?
Yeah. This one is crushed by DeMarco into left field. He's going back. It's gone! Marco de Gama with a huge home run here. De Gama, the solo blast gives the Griffins the 3-2 lead.
He's never hit a bigger home run than that.
No, he won't. He definitely won't. 3-2 Griffins lead now in the bottom of the 4th inning. That sparked the crowd, that's for sure.
An absolute shot to a fairly deep part of this park, too.
Yep. Easily 375. That's almost into the bullpen, almost in the air monitoring station in left field, just over the fence. Almost hit the pitcher on the warm who was warming up down there. De Gama with the homer. Griffins now back in the lead. Tom Cullen tried to bunt that one for strike 1.
With 2 outs, no less, to come up with a big piece of hitting like that, that'll reinvigorate an offense. Cullen's got to keep this rolling now.
7th spot's been deadly for the Griffins all tournament long. Different guy every night stepping up for them. That one misses inside. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Curveball there from Van Putten, looking like it might have just caught the inside part of the plate, but Cullen does a great job to lay off. It's a tough pitch not to back away from when it starts almost behind you.
Yep. This one's hit past the third baseman. Great stop by the shortstop. Long throw will be thrown out of play here, and Cullen's going to go to second base on the overthrow. Given the base hit, there's no way the shortstop.
Mulligan doing a great job to even range to get there. And
no way he's going to get that play, not going to get at first, and he should have really just held on to that baseball, but he was trying his best to get the ball over to first, but Cullen with good wheels able to beat it out. Give him the single, and the E6 puts him at second base. That was in no man's land. The third baseman went diving one way, Mulligan the other, and he got the glove on it, but no chance to throw him out at first. Jalen Wood now the batter. He's 0 for 1. He popped up for the first baseman in foul territory his last time up.
Griffins threatening again here.
Van Putten at 67 pitches, so we'll have to see how far he goes. Time call is Wood thought he took too long to get going here. Van Putten was just about halfway through his release point there. That's got to take a toll on the pitcher, too.
It's definitely frustrating. You feel like you're ready to go, and you're up in your motion, and all of a sudden, boom, you have to stop, and you can't release.
Yep. That one's in there for a strike as he pounds the strike zone on Wood for strike one. 0-1 now to count. Put your pitcher cap on it for a while. What would you do to prepare for a game like this in your situation?
That's a great question. I mean, for the longest time, I actually did closing work in junior baseball, and so in big moments like this, I kind of you have to trust yourself a lot. You have to know and have confidence in what you can do and go there and just try to do the best that you can for your team and set themselves up to succeed.
That one's in there for a strike again. Count now 0-2 on Wood.
Yeah, not an enviable position for Van Putten. It's always tough. It's a lot of pressure. But like I said, you really got to internalize as much as you can and rely on your skill set and put your team in a position to win.
Wood hits that one foul, and excuse me swing. The count remains 0-2.
He was certainly protecting there.
Yep.
Maybe not the strike zone, but
himself. It's like, oh my goodness, it's coming right at me. It's coming right for me. Oh, sorry, that was a South Park reference.
Van Putten going to stare back at second base, an aggressive lead.
With the chopper, Van Putten up with it. He's going to underhand it to first. He'll get the out. Inning over. Griffins do the job on the solo blast by Marco DeGama. They lead this one 3-2 as we head to the top of the fifth inning. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium, this national championship game here at the Canadian University Baseball Championships. I'm Neil Srivastava. Joining me now in the booth is the tournament organizer, Ben Norris. Ben, thank you so much for, firstly, just letting us be a part of this. It's been great to be back here at home at Hastings Stadium. I was, like I said, I mentioned off the top several times on the broadcast, I watched the 94 championships in the right field line. I was one of the organizers for the 2000 championship when I was here at Hastings Stadium, and I know how much work you guys have put into just putting this back on, and thank you for bringing it back.
Well, yeah, first off, thank you for involving me here in the stream today, and I want to thank you guys for putting together such amazing streams. I watched a couple of the games that we weren't involved in with the University of Waterloo, and man, the stream quality is incredible. You guys do such a great job of describing the game in great detail and really painting a picture for those that can't be here to really experience what the crowd environment is like and what it's been like for these students to experience such an awesome tournament.
And like the whole thing was when the mindset I've always approached the university baseball games, especially in the fall and everything else, is just like, okay, we got to tell a story, but we also got to include grandma and grandpa and everybody else that can't make the trek down to these baseball games. So we got to make it able so they can see as much of the action and describe as much what's going on as possible. Just because sometimes you just can't be at these games in person. And it's just, nothing warms my heart more than just to hear kids come up to you and everything and say, hey, my grandpa's able to watch these games. Thank you so much. And that's exactly why we bring these games home.
Absolutely. Looks like the game's about to get back into it. I'll let you do your thing.
Yep, Pat Mulligan will lead things off in the top of the fifth inning. Takes strike one from Ryan Cooper. Ryan Milleg and Owen Constantino due up here in the inning as well. This is grounded at Sam Brown. He's up with the throw to first in time. One away here in the fifth. 5-3 goes the putout. Ryan Milleg will be the batter now. Of course, there's some sponsors I know we have to thank. We got to thank Rawlings Cannon. We got to thank Red Bulls Bats. We got to thank Intangibles. Is there anybody else we need to out to shout out there and just thank them for their time? Thanks for their efforts throughout the tournament as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Rawlings Canada is the first one, but their exposure, their willingness to dive right into this, as they do for a lot of other national championships around the country. It's exciting to see and to have a company with that kind of name recognition in the baseball field. Intangible has done a lot of service for us in terms of financial support, but also making their program accessible to all of the student athletes and coaches in this. So they run a tool. It's a better version of a Myers-Briggs assessment that actually looks at and quantifies. I
remember that.
Yeah. So
I remember that test way back when. It was just like, oh man, just like it totally messed with me because it was just like, what are they trying to ask in this question here?
Well, this tool is awesome. It's seamless. It takes you about 15 minutes to do, and it's baseball specific. So we were fortunate to get some good information before the tournament even began about the kinds of strengths our players had and who we could expect to see succeeding at the right time. And each of the teams in the tournament were given that same opportunity. And it's really cool stuff. I look forward to continuing to work with them and learn more about that.
The league grounds out 4-3. There's 2 away. On Constantino now, the batter. He's 0 for 2 in the contest. As he takes a check swing, called strike 1 here.
You probably noticed a few of the guys snapping pictures in between games and stuff too.
Yep.
The player of the games this year, they all received nice custom bats.
They did, yes.
From Rebel Bats, and they're doing the same thing for each team's team MVP.
Yeah, I saw the team MVP bats. I had it up on the Instagram yesterday, and it was just like, okay, that's very nice stuff. Like, Rebel Bats makes some great bats.
And they're a local company too here. We're excited to kind of continue to work with them.
Grounded by there at the first baseman. And the inning is quickly over. 3 up, 3 down. We're going to talk right through the break here, Ben, so don't go anywhere.
Absolutely.
Constantino is retired, 3 unassisted. 3 up, 3 down. The Ravens go here in the top of the 5th inning.
Got to tip your cap to those 2 corner infielders for Guelph as well. I've had the privilege of coaching against those 2 guys, Sam Brown at third and Arthur Kawar at first base, and they've been monsters in this league.
Well, exactly. It's going to feel weird next year calling games without I've seen those 2 familiar faces in the lineups after so many years, too, and just what they're capable of doing. Sammy has just been a great hitter and a human highlight reel for me so many times. I think I called all 3 of his grand slams. I didn't call a home run of his because he hit the home runs this year on the road, so I kind of felt bad. But, yes, it's just been great to see, and great to see these Ravens as well back in the finals. And I've been watching them intently the last 2 years. They're definitely a team on the rise.
Well, I think the great thing, this year within the OUA at least, we were able to run 2 separate conferences and league play within that. And that's how each of these 2 teams found their way into the tournament.
Exactly.
Guelph, they did a great job in the regular season and earned a berth based on having, a tie-break second best record in the West, and then Carlton had the best record in the East. So I know there's a lot that can be said about the OUA playoff structure and format, and there are some teams that aren't here from that. But
again, it's just, hey,
right from the get-go, from the outset, we had a structure league-wide as to how teams would find their way into this. And, we had four OUA teams this year, and we'll see how many there would be again next year as well.
Oh, exactly. So what's the plans for the tournament next year?
That's a great question. So, we've seen a ton of interest, and we expect this thing to grow.
Yeah.
So tentative plans, I think, would be to find a home for it in Atlantic Canada.
Yeah. Brown hits this one into the left center field, not that deep. The left fielder is going to go into the gap there and deny Brown of any hits here. F7 goes to put out, 1 away here in the home half of the 5th inning now.
Yeah, over the course of time, you'd like to see an event like this move around so that you can feature
exactly.
different parts of the country, and so.
And if anybody wants out east is going to host it, let me know. And hey, if you want to put us up, we'll come out and do some broadcasts.
Right on, absolutely.
I could use a little trip out east again. I haven't been out there since 1997, actually. I went out there with the Nationals when Brock went out that year, and it was a beautiful drive out there. It took us 23 hours, but it was just a great thing. My favorite trip, my favorite road sign was Lack the Kitty Haha. I don't know why. It just sounded so funny. So I was like, I had to take a stop. We stopped the car to take a picture of the sign as that one is hit by Whitaker down in the corner, and he's aboard here with a 1-out single. Yes, Quebec's always got a strong team out there, and hopefully Laval comes back in the league in Quebec and everything else. McGill's in there. I know Concordia was a great representative this weekend as well. They gave the Griffins a heck of a time yesterday.
Well, and they beat us, too, when it mattered. They walked us off 11-10, and that's obviously a heartbreaker. But, I think the hope with an event like this is that it helps to reinforce, Canadian collegiate baseball and gives a little more life to the programs in each province.
Now, is there anything else we need to touch on before I let you get on your way today as far as stuff goes? But I guess it's been a great crowds all weekend. Maybe next time we should maybe think about doing an admission charge for the whole weekend or something, just so you guys can recoup some of the costs for the diamond rentals and the umpire costs as well.
I think if we look at this as the model next year, we definitely have the potential for plenty of different revenue streams to make this thing sustainable and cost effective. And yeah, I guess just final thank yous would go out to the umpires and the crew from Baseball Ontario and to each of our athletic departments for agreeing to let our teams participate in this and certainly at least supporting our participation. And to all the athletes out there that are interested in Canadian collegiate baseball, this is a great representation of what it's like. And playing awesome baseball for amazing schools right here in Canada is certainly a goal for many, and I hope we'll continue to see a rise in that talent base here as well.
Exactly, and it's so nice and so comforting for somebody that's been involved in this university scene for so many years. I took a couple years break after my kids were born. I got married and everything else, but it was just when I came back and everything else, it was so great to see it still thriving, still on the cusp. And the game has always been great, but now the talent level has definitely increased here in this league as well.
For sure. Well, again, thank you to you, Neil, and the rest of the broadcast crew. But I'm excited to sit back and enjoy your call and watching the rest of this game. And it looks like we're going to have a pretty amazing finish here.
Oh, no question. Again, thanks to Curtis, thanks to Crawford, and everybody else that did the games over in Waterloo as well. Great job by those guys, and it was just my pleasure to bring them here in Guelph as well.
Absolutely.
That one misses inside for a ball. Count now 2-1. Whitaker's at second via the wild pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. Count now 2-2. As Crawford will jump back into us here. Thanks again to Ben Norris, the tournament organizer, for joining us quickly here in the fifth inning. 3-2 is your score. Griffins leading this one thanks to the home run by Marco De Gama. As Van Punt continues to work here. As Corey hits this one, a little bleeder off the right field line. It's going to be caught by the second baseman, though. Makes the catch on the one. Kawara retired, F4, 2 away now. And Andrew Johnston will be the batter now. Welcome back, Crawford.
Thank you very much.
And thanks again to Ben Norris. Great conversation. Great job by him and everybody involved in just bringing this tournament back to life.
I've done a phenomenal job, I think, in setting this up between the three cities, Waterloo, Kitchener, and Guelph. Unfortunately, unable to get Laurier did not qualify for the tournament, so we weren't able to see everyone at their home diamonds.
Yep. If you're watching on the YouTube feed, so thank you so much. We do appreciate it.
First pitch is going to miss way outside. A little low, too.
Johnson is 0 for 1. He walked in the first inning. Grounded out 4-3 in the third. Another tightly contested game between the Ravens and Griffins. Going the distance once again. Whitaker had to be careful there. He almost got caught leaning a little too far over. Kicks the dirt out of his shoes and gets back out there with another lead.
Yeah, we know Van Putten's not afraid to throw over.
Nope.
He's already gotten Kawara sleeping once.
Yep. This one's hit down the line, but going to go foul. And the count is 1-1 on Johnston. Lucas Hassey waiting on deck here.
Here's the pitch to Johnston coming in. Ball missing low outside once again. 2-1 the count. Obviously, we should not only thank Ben Norris, but also the Canadian baseball guru who has done loads to.
Yes, he has. Justin's done amazing things. That one gets away from the catcher. And Whitaker will move up another 90 feet on that wild pitch. Count now 2-1 on Johnston.
Guru's done a great job of promoting this tournament, along with the CNUC social media page,
That he has.
making sure all games are covered.
Yep.
I believe he's in attendance here today as
He's
well.
down the line somewhere. I'm not sure where, though. I was hoping he'd pop up to say hi, but kind of gets shy around me for some reason. Always has.
Called strike. Johnson didn't think so. Was almost making his way down to first.
Just asking again where it was.
Full count now.
Griffins just trying to get another run home here. A little little easier with a 2-run lead than a 1-run lead. Van Putten's 3-2 offering. This is stalled strike 3. Johnson doesn't like the call. Not going to make a big conversation of it. Needed to stay in this ball game. Goes down looking, and the inning's over. We're off to the top of the 6th inning at Hastings Stadium when we come back. Griffins leading this one 3-2 over Ravens.
Introducing Intangible, the only test designed to help coaches and organizations identify which players will excel when it matters most, before those crucial moments arrive. Developed by world-renowned psychologists, Intangible is grounded in a deep understanding of what it takes to thrive when the pressure is on. This isn't just another skills assessment. It's a 15-minute, multiple-choice, and short essay test that challenges players to think on their feet, making quick decisions in high-stress, high-stakes scenarios. From moments of confusion to bursts of intensity, Intangible puts players' mental toughness to the test. It's your window into the psychology of your team, giving you the insights you need to make the right call at the right time. Understand your players like never before. Gain the competitive edge with Intangible, where clutch performance begins long before the game does. Intangible, the future of mental game preparation.
Top of the 6th inning here at the National Championships. Carleton Ravens down by 1 here against the Guelph Griffins. Ryan Cooper still in this ball game. That one misses high for ball 1 on Eric Blaumauer. Blaumauer reached on the fielder's choice and grounded out 4-3 his last time up. Swings and misses that offering, and the count is 1-1.
Cooper locating well here, getting chases off the plate.
He's at 73 pitches to this point in the 6th inning now. This one's popped in the air. Whitaker going to give it chase, but not get to it in time. It's going to go foul. But again, thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. Hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast all weekend. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please consider doing so. It does help my channel continue to grow and just get some more people watching the channel over time. I'll try to find some baseball content for the summer months, or the winter months anyways.
What a catch from Jalen Wood.
Wood goes flat out for that one, and Blaumauer is retired for the first out. Superman's got nothing on that man. Dylan Nairpaw with the batter now. He reached on an error and doubled and scored a run in the 4th. You get the double off the base that Brown thought went foul.
Blaumauer can't help but tip his cap to that one.
No.
What a fantastic job by Wood to come in and lay out for that ball that looked like it was in no man's land.
Blaumauer hits this one down the left field line. This is going to be trouble. It's over the head of Hassey. It's going to go off the fence here. And Blaumauer has got himself his 2nd double of the contest.
Brings up Fournier. Tried to bunt his way on earlier.
Sorry, that was Mannerpaw. That doubled. Mannerpaw with the double. Blaumeier with the FA. And Thomas Fournier now the batter.
Called strike one.
Strike one is the call.
Carlton bench getting rowdy here, looking to inject some life. This one's going to be blooped over fair down the first base line. Fournier looking to is going to hold up. Murpaugh's going to come in to score. Ravens tie this ball game up.
Fournier with the swing down the line. Got it down the line enough to score the run. Give him the single and the RBI. We're tied at 3 here in the top of the 6th inning.
Fournier doing a great job of cashing with runners in scoring position.
And he has been. He's 2 for 3 in the contest now. Pair of singles and a strikeout. Eric Delfatti now the batter. He's been reached on a hit by pitch and grounded out 5-3 his last time out. It's a liner right at Brown. Throw across to Diamond is not going to be in time. Delfatti's retired on the L5. 2 away now. Colby Schroeder now due up.
Schroeder's got 2 RBIs, correct me if I'm wrong.
One RBI.
One RBI.
One RBI reached on a fielder's choice and a single. And we're going to have a quick mound visit here. Just have to make sure it goes all the way up.
And the home plate umpire is going to make his way out and break up this mound meeting, and we'll resume play in just a moment.
Probably maybe just see how he's doing out there. Remind him what he's got to do here. Probably the discussion with the catcher as well. Hey, if he goes, go throw him out or whatever. Trust your defense here.
Brings up Schroeder. Cooper misses up with first pitch, ball 1.
He is at 80 pitches now, so might be getting close to that zone where they don't want to go too far into and extend his arm too much. It's popped in the air. Makes the catch on the run in right field, and the inning is over. Schroeder retired on the F9. We're tied at 3. Griffins coming up in the home half of the 6th inning here at the National Championships when we come back.
Introducing Intangible, the only test designed to help coaches and organizations identify which players will excel when it matters most, before those crucial moments arrive. Developed by world-renowned psychologists, Intangible is grounded in a deep understanding of what it takes to thrive when the pressure is on. This isn't just another skills assessment. It's a 15-minute, multiple-choice, and short essay test that challenges players to think on their feet, making quick decisions in high-stress, high-stakes scenarios. From moments of confusion to bursts of intensity, Intangible puts players' mental toughness to the test. It's your window into the psychology of your team, giving you the insights you need to make the right call at the right time. Understand your players like never before. Gain the competitive edge with Intangible, where clutch performance begins long before the game does. Intangible, the future of mental game preparation.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Hastings Stadium. 3-3 is your score in the National Championship game. This one's chopped. Foul by Lucas Hassey for strike one. A seesaw affair, seeing the lead change hands a couple of times. Ravens, the last ones to rally to tie this ballgame in the top of the 6th inning. Hassey takes a big hack on that one. Count now 1-2. Van Putten, and only according to Game Changer, is 77 pitches now, but feels like a lot more.
He's had some very deep counts and some very long counts.
Yep.
A few walks.
That he has.
Countered by some very quick, like, one-pitch at-bats, though.
Yep. Some guys chasing pitches first pitch. And Hassey hits this one in the air to center field. Center fielder is going to be there. He'll make the catch.
That's Shadeo making the catch in center, reining that one in without a problem.
Popped in the air, ranging into center field. Center fielder will make the catch. 2 away as Chang's retired on the F8.
Van Putten getting 2 quick outs there. Remaining efficient.
And he is. And Marco DeGama, who homered his last time up, will be the batter. Does he have another one in his bat here? That's the next question. DeGama 1 for 2 in the contest. Homered his last time up, takes ball 1 here from Van Putten. That one misses low for a ball.
It's a great job of holding off on that. 2-0 the count now. DeGama with the big home run to put the Griffins ahead.
Yep. That one sails outside, and the count's 3-0 now. Tom Cullen on deck, followed by Jalen Wood, who made a great catch in center field in the last half inning.
Van Putten not going to give DeGama anything to hit after that last at bat.
That one's in there for a strike, and the count now 3-1.
Confident throwing a 3-0 off-speed pitch there.
Yeah, I think it was the fastball he hit, so that's probably why he hasn't gone back to it.
Absolutely.
That one's outside, but he gets a hold of it and stays alive at 3-2.
Van Putten doing a good job of coming back in this count. Down 3-0 early. He stares in, gets a sign, kicks and deals. Strike 3 called.
DeGama didn't even put a fight on that one.
DeGama left the bat on his shoulder and is called out on strikes as we head to the top of the 7th.
But extra innings will loom large once again, or can somebody get a run here in the 7th inning? We'll find out when we come back here at Hastings Stadium.
Introducing Intangible, the only test designed to help coaches and organizations identify which players will excel when it matters most, before those crucial moments arrive. Developed by world-renowned psychologists, Intangible is grounded in a deep understanding of what it takes to thrive when the pressure is on. This isn't just another skills assessment. It's a 15-minute, multiple-choice, and short essay test that challenges players to think on their feet, making quick decisions in high-stress, high-stakes scenarios. From moments of confusion to bursts of intensity, Intangible puts players' mental toughness to the test. It's your window into the psychology of your team, giving you the insights you need to make the right call at the right time. Understand your players like never before. Gain the competitive edge with Intangible, where clutch performance begins long before the game does. Intangible, The future of mental game preparation.
Top of the 7th inning here at Hastings Stadium. 3-3 your score in the national championship game. My name is Srivastava.
I'm Crawford Passy, joining you.
And he is.
Dan Marin on the bump now for the Griffins. Pitched to a 1.04 ERA in regular season play.
Starts Andy Shadeo off with strike one. Thank you so much for being tuned in on YouTube, all 255 of you.
It's been a hotly contested game. 3-3 the score. Lead bouncing back and forth.
This is exactly what you want in a national championship game.
Can't ask for better baseball than this.
No. That one's in there for a called strike. Sadeo didn't like that one. Count now 1-2.
Righty-lefty matchup should favor Shadeo. Whitaker steps out outside, and that ball's going to hit Shadeo. Leadoff man is aboard.
Not how they do that one up if you're Dan Marin, that's for sure. Leadoff man aboard now. Pat Mulligan and Ryan Malik due up for the Carleton Ravens as they're getting into their heart of their order. Mulligan is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, struck out, and grounded out at 5-3 to Brown in the 5th inning.
Slow game for Mulligan, who showed out offensively yesterday, putting up I believe a double and a couple other base hits.
Pops this one in the air. Marin up with it. Mulligan retired on the bunt attempt, one away. A big out for the Griffins. Ravens just trying to get somebody in scoring position, just trying to move the chains along.
Only 2 outs left in regulation here for the Ravens.
Yep, and of course, with extra innings, the international tiebreak rule in effect too, so a runner will start at second base. We don't want to go there again like yesterday. That was too much intensity. As the league hits this one to right field, down the right field line, it's going to stay up in the air long enough for DeGammon to make the catch. That one goes off Kawara, off the base runner, and that's going to allow Shadeo to go to second base. There is 2 away now.
I'd be interested to how that gets scored.
That goes off the base runner at first. So he advances on the throw, basically.
Yeah, we'll call that a throwing error, right?
Pretty much. It's an E9, unfortunately. It puts him at second base.
Constantino coming up now.
He is 0 for 3 in the contest, 3 unassisted, F7, and I'm not sure what he did from the first inning. I didn't record it. I just wrote down out. He takes strike one. He's having words with the umpire on the location of that one, too. Somebody always has a comment from the stands. Never fails.
Got to appreciate the peanut gallery.
Yep.
Throw over to second there, not in time.
Just trying to keep Shadeo honest over at second base. Bench is yelling at him, get back, get back.
Constantino, another power threat in this Ravens lineup. Top of the order hasn't been as productive today as they were before. They've shown they can put up runs. It's going to be another step off from Marin.
And he's asking for another sign from his catchers, Whitaker and him. We'll have to mix it up a little bit.
Concerned about Shadeo relaying signs to his hitter.
Or even location or something here. It's popped in the left field. That's going to be trouble. It's going to get down in the corner. Ravens will take the lead on the double by Constantino.
Constantino coming up huge in the clutch for the Ravens in this top half of the 7th.
Gives me RBI double down the left field line. Now Eric Blaumauer will be the batter. Four 4-3, the Ravens lead this one. As ball one is in the dirt.
Somewhat of a revenge match for Carlton as they failed to clinch in 2019.
Yep.
This could be their opportunity here.
This one is lined at the outfield. Right fielder DeGama's not going to make
Not
it
able
back.
to track it down. Constantino's coming in to score. Blaumauer into second. Throw is wild.
Brown recovers it at third base. Blaumauer with the double. Ravens now lead this one 5-3.
Marin and Whitaker going to have a conversation on the mound.
Yep. Back-to-back two-out doubles by the Ravens to take the lead here in the top of the 7th inning.
Constantino and Blaumauer trading places. Going to bring up Dylan Murpaugh.
Murpaugh's got a pair of doubles himself, plus reached on an error. Takes a big hack at that first offering for strike one.
Marin comes set. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Good take from Murpaugh. Whitaker was already set up on that outside half of the plate. Looking to get a chase.
Due up for the Griffins in the next half inning is Cullen, Wood, and then Sam Brown. The Griffins have got to get out there to get to those bats going here. To get this final out.
Murpaugh lays off ball two in the dirt. Aaron stares in, takes his time. He kicks and deals. Ball low.
Marin just trying to find the strike zone now. Ravens seem to have flipped the switch here in the top of the 7th inning. That one misses outside for a ball. Murpaugh will take the two-out walk. Runners now at second and first, two away.
I'll
for
bring
Thomas
up Fournier. Fournier with an RBI as well.
Have a mound visit quickly here. Discussion between Whitaker and Marin and the coach.
Fournier's delivered once thus far. Can possibly convert again. Griffins just looking to get that final out and get to their bats.
Exactly. Mound visit over. Fournier steps into the box. Marin looking at Whitaker for a sign. Runners at first and second, two away. Ravens have taken the 5-3 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch, it misses in the dirt. Whitaker.
Does a good job to smother that and make sure nothing ekes by.
Exactly. This one's gets popped foul and on a play.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Fournier.
And again, thanks to everybody that's popped into the stream this weekend. And if you watched it live here in person as well, we do appreciate you watching some Canadian University baseball. It's been great to have great crowds all weekend and great weather as well. Marin digging hard, looking for the sign. 1-2 offering. Is lined with the middle. Shortstop is going to not make the call, not make the play. Umpire right there says he was not on top of the base in time. Fournier will reach. Will likely will have to be an infield single.
Bases are going to be loaded now.
And that is going to do it for Marin as there comes now another visit from the manager.
He's going to take his time coming out, give his pitcher from the pen as much time as possible. Delfady will be waiting.
And he will be. Blomauer's at third, Maripar at second, Fournier at first. We'll take a brief pause in the action while the pitching change occurs here. You guys can watch in our sponsor message.
Introducing
Delfady steps in now. Bases juiced here for Delfady. Top of the 7th, 2 out.
Steve Kerr now on the hill for the Griffins.
Asking him for 1 out.
First pitch misses outside. Whitaker did his best to bring it back in, but the plate umpire is saying no way. Ball 1.
Big spot here for Kerr.
Now misses upstairs for a ball.
Kerr only threw 5.2 innings in the regular season.
Fifth-year player for the Griffins. He will graduate at the end of the year.
Kicks and deals. Called ball high. Rio count. Kerr not pleased.
Not pleased. Pretty much you got to let him hit the baseball here because he's got no place to put anybody. Never easy a situation for a pitcher to come in bases loaded in any game whatsoever.
It is absolutely, I would say, the hardest position you can come into.
So, oh, yeah, by the way, the base is loaded. Good luck with that, son.
Try and get someone out, if you will.
Yep.
Kerr's going to put that one right down the middle. Red light there for Delfady.
That was the one position I was glad I never tried playing with pitcher. Just like, yeah, did catcher, did outfielders, did infielders. Yeah. No thanks, coach. I can't pitch. This one's lined over the hair in there. It's going to be dropping in for a base hit. One run's going to get home. They're going to send the second one home. The Gamma's throw is cut off. The Ravens now lead this one 7-3. Give Delfady the 2 RBI single. Runners on the corners now. Still 2 away. Ravens have broken this one open here in the top of the 7th inning.
That brings up Schroeder.
Fournier at third. Marapaugh came home to score, as did Blaumauer. Delfady at first. Colby Schroeder, the 9th batter here in the 7th inning for the Ravens.
Wheels almost falling off a little bit here for the Griffins. That ball's going to miss inside.
Kerr just not able to find the strike zone with any consistency so far in this relief appearance.
That ball's going to be skied down the first base line. Kawar's going to try and track it down, and we'll bring that in for the 3rd out of the inning. But not without the Ravens going on top. 7-3 is the score as we head to the bottom, the home half of the 7th. Griffins with one more shot here to claw their way back into this ball game.
Last chance for the Griffins when we come back here at Hastings Stadium. Robert Ford on the hill now for the Carleton Ravens, their closer, looking to close this one out. 8-9-1 due up in the Griffins order. Cullen, Wood, and Sam Brown due up. With their work cut out for them, down by 4 as the Ravens struck for 4 here in the top of the 7th inning. Lead this one 7-3.
Really tight ball game going into that top of the 7th. Ravens just exploding for 4 runs.
A couple of 2-out doubles will do that for you.
Here's the first pitch from Ford.
Ball one, this is inside on Cullen. Cullen is 1 for 2 in the contest. He singled, went to second on an error, and grounded out 6-3 in the second inning. Wood is 0 for 2. Brown's reached and scored on the walk. He's 0 for 2 as well. That one misses outside, and Ford still hasn't found the strike zone yet.
Fiending a bunt twice now.
Third baseman creeping even closer in on the edge of the grass now.
Blauer even further on the grass.
That one's in there for a called strike. Count now 2 balls and a strike on Cullen.
Cullen not showing bunt that time. Blauer might take a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, it's more even with the base now on the edge of the infield.
Ford staying very upright in his motion. Pulls down on that ball hard as he misses outside for ball 3.
He comes up to a set point and then just tries to shot put it down into the zone.
It's got a classic balance point.
Yep.
Is what we would call that.
3-1 down the count here. Griffins have to pretty much take 2 strikes and on their bats now. 3-1 now the count to Cullen. That one's a called
strike 2.
Cullen thought he was walking now. He won't. I want to take the bat off the shoulder, son. You're going to have to swing now. Umpire doesn't like being shown up.
Never a good look to show the umpire by throwing the bat away before the call is made.
Oh, exactly.
Seen all too many times that's happened.
Yep. And usually what happens right after the
strike
next pitch.
3.
Doesn't matter where it is. You better swing, son. You better swing.
Here's the offering from Ford.
And he does swing, and he hits that one in the outfield for a base hit. Griffins got life here in the home half of the 7th inning, down by 4.
Hastings Stadium is rumbling.
We got a pinch hitter now for Jalen Wood. Number 6 is now the pinch hitter.
Cullen doing a great job there with going down to 3-2 after getting up early in that count.
That he would, yeah. Ford's going to call his catcher out here, just looking for signs and trying to make sure they're on the same page here. Probably saying, hey, the fastball's not working here, so don't make me throw it or something. Whatever that was, don't call that one.
First pitch called strike. That one looked to be right down the middle.
That it did. Whoever was doing game changer didn't realize it was a pinch hitter as well, so.
It's going to be a ball outside from Ford. 1-1 the count. Carlton benches. All on their feet.
Yep. And you can feel the anticipation, as are the Griffin bench. They're definitely all standing, trying to get their team back in this ball game. That one gets away from the catcher. Cullen will go up to second base. 2-1 is the count now on the pinch hitter.
Seems like once we've gotten past these starting pitchers, we run into a little bit of trouble.
Guys are running out of gas here or whatever else, and just it could be also a case of nerves here in this situation.
Absolutely. In a situation like this, you've got a national championship on the line. You've come with the lead. You've got a little bit of a safety net here if you're Ford.
Yep.
but nonetheless, you can't get too comfortable.
Evan Ogston is the pinch hitter here. That one's in there for a called strike on him, and the count is 2-2.
Any chance you can ask somebody who's parked in front of my driveway to move? There's nowhere for us to park our car. There's this license plate and this license plate parked on the road directly in front of our driveway. There's nowhere for us to park in the arena. We're on the street.
All right. Let's see what we can
Be
do
a
here.
ball outside. Ford thought he had strike 3 there.
Yeah, we'll have to wait between batters here or something.
Full count here.
On Ogston.
I can give you the license plates. I have 2 small kids waiting in my car.
Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Ogston swings through that offering from Ford. 1 down now.
Your attention, please. If you own a car that's got a license plate CFLY 549, you're blocking somebody's driveway. We need you to move your car immediately, please. Thank you.
Can you do the license plate again? There's 2 of them.
Second license plate is Cab X344 and CFLY 549. Please move your cars. You're blocking somebody's driveway. Sorry. Had an angry lady up here at the press box. Had to deal with that. Not in my job description.
Sam Brown up at the bat now.
1 away now. Ogston goes down on strikes. Brown takes strike 1 low from Ford.
Ford finding that outer half of the plate that is getting called now.
He's been getting called pretty much all game long, too, so.
He's found his groove here.
He has.
He's got 1 away. He's facing probably the most dangerous hitter in this Griffins lineup.
Without a question.
Slam Brown, no stranger to heroics.
Brown
is
is
over to
short.
Mulligan. Mulligan can't field it.
Gonna get in. Cullen will round the bases. He'll come home to score. Brown's at first. It's a 3-run ball game. Likely be scored an E6. Put Brown on. Cullen comes home to score. And Sawyer Whitaker will be the batter now.
Whitaker looking to keep this Griffins offense alive. Keep passing the baton. Strike 1 called.
Whitaker's got a pair of singles, scored a run, and grounded out 4-3. Griffins just got to play station to station here, get base runners across here, and not all take it upon yourselves here to share the load here. That one misses upstairs.
Everyone loves to play the hero, but it's hard to play the hero while also being unselfish.
Well, exactly, especially in this situation. You're down by 3. Hey, a solo blast, yeah, it's great, nice guys and everything else, but, you don't have to kill the baseball. You just got to keep things going here.
Runner on first doesn't really matter.
Whitaker swings through that offering. 1-2 now the count. Kawara, Andrew Johnson due up. Should the inning continue? Still only 1 away here. Whitaker takes the time here, collects his spots for the 1-2 count.
Ford gathers himself, stares in for a sign. Comes set.
Carlton bench yelling at the left fielder, move over to the left side. Morris Whitaker swings and misses. He goes down on strikes. There's 2 away.
Ford with 2 Ks here in the inning. The big man, Arthur Kawara, coming up to hit with the season on the line for the Griffins. And Kawara really is a hard hitter to pitch to, let me tell you.
That he is.
He is just so good at getting bat to ball. And if you put it anywhere near his zone, he will pummel it.
Now misses inside on him for ball 1.
Taking a breaking ball, he did a good job to poke one through the infield earlier in this game.
Ravens can feel it with 2 away here. They're still up by 3.
Van Putten was giving Kawara a steady diet of slider. We'll see if Ford does the same. He started him off with one. It's going to be a fastball outside.
Count now 2-0 on Kawara. Ford at 20 pitches already in this inning. Griffins doing their best to get the pitch count up on him. I need base runners. That one misses outside to Kawara. Now 3-0 is the count.
They really don't want to give him anything to hit.
No, they don't. One swing of the bat from him, and it's suddenly a 1-1 ball game. Logan almost in a crouch at shortstop here.
Called strike one. Kawara watches that one go down the middle.
Taking it all the way here, hoping for a walk or a fastball in the inner half that he can crush somewhere.
Doing a good job of, like I said earlier, staying unselfish there. 3-0 hacking is tempting.
Kawara hits this one down the line, but it's going to go foul. And it'll run the count to full at 3-2. Griffins down to their last strike here.
Biggest pitch of Ford's career now.
Yep.
Even my heart's pounding a little bit. Can feel the tension in this ballpark.
Ball four called outside.
Ford was walking off already towards his bench.
Yep. He thought he hit the punch out.
That ball missed outside. He's going to ask the umpire, and
Umpire's going to tell him, son, that was outside.
going to get a visit from his coach now.
Yep. Andrew Johnston will be the batter now. Johnston is 0 for 2 in the contest, has walked in the first inning, grounded out 4-3 in the third, and struck out looking in the fifth inning. Infield coming in now to have a conversation and probably just to keep their pitcher on focus here. Know their jobs. Probably remind them, hey, that runner at second base means nothing. Same as the runner at first means nothing. Get the batter. We're up by 3 here, gentlemen. I always wonder what managers, coaches, when they go out there, what is the conversation like?
In a situation like this, I imagine he's probably just trying to slow him down and prevent him from getting too amped up. And it's so easy in a situation like this to get in your head too much and try and do too much.
Yep.
Just kind of slow him down, take one breath at a time, and make one pitch at a time.
That one's in a strike call on Johnston. Johnston nods his head in agreement. Yeah, that was on the other half, but it was a strike.
My manager would often come out to me and ask me what I had for lunch that day. Just something to take your mind off the game and maybe.
So it's it's like the classic Bull Dermott thing. They go
exactly.
Yeah. So another one of these things I want to do is I want to mic up a manager or a pitching coach when they go out there, but I'm also worried what they're going to say on the mound and if it's actually something we should be hearing.
In a game like this, you might hear some unsavory comments.
Yeah, it's like, kids, maybe want to mute the stream for a few minutes. We got to deal with something. We made the boneheaded decision to give the manager a mic.
1-1 the count here.
That one's in there for a called strike. And Johnston and the Griffins down to their last strike yet again here.
They fought it away now. We'll see if they can fight it away once again. Kawara on first, Brown on second.
And Andrew Johnston at the plate with a 1-2 count on him. Forward comes in. 1-2 pitches.
Swing and a miss.
Fouled away.
Oh, it's fouled off.
Just fouled away. Half the Ravens bench was halfway out, and then they realized he fouled it off, so they backpedaled in a hurry. Almost like Homer Simpson retreating back to the bushes.
1-2 still. I think the Carlton bench is chanting balk at their pitcher.
Or maybe it's Bob.
Maybe.
His name is Robert. So maybe
Rob.
Swing and a miss! The Ravens are golden. Your national champions are the Carleton Ravens. They'll be celebrating in Ottawa tonight.
And what a game. Both sides going back and forth all game. The Ravens coming out on top, putting up a 4-run top of the 7th, and closing the door, Rob Ford.
He did the job he had to.
A spectacular display from both teams.
It was.
Just a phenomenal game.
For the Ravens, like you mentioned off the top, you alluded to 2019, maybe a little bit of redemption here for them. Probably a lot of those guys, probably if they were here, they were in their first year, but now they can call themselves national champions.
For the first time, I don't know if the Ravens have ever won a national championship.
They haven't. No, they didn't. I remember when Jason McKay started this team back in 1997. He used his OSAP. He used his OSAP loans to fund this team. So Jason will tell you the story, but I'm sure he's watching at home and smiling from year to year as his Ravens and what he built way back when has now come to fruition.
They've got to be proud of the program that they've built here.
Yep.
Coming out strong, after a failed attempt in 19 and finally being able to claim it for themselves.
Yep. We're going to mute our mics here. Again, I want to thank Crawford for jumping in with us on the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave the cameras up to let them do the presentations on the field, and thank you so much for being a part of this weekend, Crawford.
And thank you so much for having me up here, Neil. I had a pleasure calling this game.
Glad you did. We had a lot of fun having you up here. And thank you, everybody. Again, kindness starts with you guys and gals. So practice it often. We'll see you again next fall when the Griffins return here to Hastings Stadium.